All right. Well, welcome to Diamond Quantum Law. It's been such a wild week, hasn't it? We've had a big celebration, which is really cool. And that was amazing, absolutely amazing. So we did really well. And, you know, this was Darla, congratulations on your emceeing. That was really cool. Facilitated it. It just went smooth. It was lovely. It was spicy, which I like spice. And we did a good job. And I mean, this is the whole point, is that people come along and have fun. But, you know, it was good for us to celebrate where we've come to, you know, because we've laid the groundwork, and it's just amazing to be on the Noble Goldman platform. Very, very cool. So here we are, getting better at what we do, offering our wares. But it comes down to quantum creating, okay, because that's where I kick in. I love quantum creating, and I love quantum law. And I've got Tony coming in twice. So quantum law is absolutely cool, because quantum law is the foundational essence. I don't even know how to say its name. I mean, in essence, it's not really that either. It is this moving ability for the universe to expand through deliberate creation, okay? And because we've been in plan B, okay, in duality, so seeing the bottom, Bintu is a little bit new to us. So I talk about the bottom is 3D. See the diamond here? So we've got 3D reality, which is based on duality, okay? We've been taught good versus bad, heaven versus hell, you know, right versus wrong. And so all of our systems, our government systems, school systems, you name it, we've been bred, we've been brought up, which is the proper word, on the penal system of duality, okay? Most of us lived in a Christianized Western world, okay, which has been colonized and all of its history, and a lot, if not all, religions are based in duality, okay, good versus bad, light versus shadow, light versus dark. So if I'm back to front, okay, so I actually have to be back to front to myself, trying hard with the little will, okay, the little pointy me. So of course we say our first question is, if my soul pulled out the top of my head right now, what would my body do? Fall on the ground, okay? There's the light, that's who you are. So you're not this person lost and alone in the world, okay? That is a false teaching, an old teaching based on the tree of knowledge of good versus evil. We're coming out of that now to come up into the higher self, your higher self, which came from light. So if it's your soul pulled out of the top of your head, where does it go back to? It goes back to light from where it came, okay? And the holy creator, the greater you, is always in its creation. And this is what, such a magnificent leap to know that actually I could never, and this is why scriptures are so beautiful if understood, that I could never be separated from the love of God. Well, I don't like using the word God because it's got so many connotations that people get confused about. So let's say source. I can never be separated from the source of my light, okay? Because my light here in my little pointy me is just a step down version into denser constructs, okay, which is 3D. So I've got portions of myself on all dimensions, all the way back to source itself. I am this perpendicular alignment that keeps me upright on my feet, that I can project onto what Deepak Chopra teaches as the quantum field. So he says the quantum field is like a still glassy lake, okay, and I get to project onto it. Isn't that beautiful? So if it's like a still glassy lake, whatever I'm sending out is what ripples out through that pond and brings back to me, pixelates back to me into my reflection, my world that I create. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? Who have I taught the 3 glasses to? Who's heard about the 3 glasses? Yes, okay. I've got a few of you that's gone through the My Quantum School. Let's teach it to you very quickly. This is why it's so important to understand that quantum law is upside down and back to front, which is perfect of this reflection. Okay, upside down, back to front to anything that is being taught in the spiritual communities, spiritual and religious communities, because they're not really quite sure how it works. Okay, so see this. Oh, I thought I was having a drink. I'm actually trying to show you a glass. Okay, so I've got a glass. And you've probably all got a glass, okay, or water next to you. I want you to look at your glass. Look at your cup. Yeah, there you go. Okay, look at your glass. Now I want you to put it down on the table. Very imaginative group of glasses. I love that. So putting it down on the table, I want you to look at where you put it. So looking at your glass and where you put it. Okay. Now, your glass, where you put it, if I was actually in the room and I was looking at your glass, so I know it's a glass, I've been taught it was a glass. I went to school for 12 years or more just to know that there's a glass in the world and what a glass is used for. This is why we go to school. Did you know that? Your children go to school so that you're educated to the physical forming of the intended everything that's in the world. Isn't that interesting? Otherwise, if they didn't know what a car was, they'd trip over it. They go, oh, what was that? Hurt my toe. Okay, let's have a look at the glass. So looking at your glass and where you've put it, okay, if I was looking at your glass, if I was in the room with you and I'm looking at your glass, guess what? It would not be in the same spot. It would actually be maybe a few centimeters out. So your glass seems to be physical, seems to be sitting on a table, is actually centimeters, maybe just millimeters, but perhaps centimeters away from the glass as I would see it. Now, this is a perfect demonstration. This is Seth teachings, if you want higher master teachings, because we are masters. We just don't understand how this works. And this is what the Christ was teaching, and that was like, be whole. Know that your world is your own world. Know that what you sow, you reap. That's a quantum principle. What you project out, you get back. And we've really muddied up the waters of these teachings. So back to the glass. If you can imagine that this glass is your glass, it's your world. Okay, it's your world. And that you can only see this glass because of your understanding and the comprehension of your glass. Nobody else can understand it. Okay, this is yours. Have you ever had your keys go missing? You go, I put the keys down on this table. Where are they? Who's taken my keys? It can actually take 20 minutes for those keys, because what's going on is you are vibrating. You are vibrating so fast, boom, boom, in and out, in and out, in and out of sight. You are actually vibrating, you yourself are vibrating in and out of sight. And you go, I'm dense matter. How could that be the case? No. Okay, I can believe that. Yeah, so you'd be on all the different dimensions. God knows where you'd be when you disappear. Okay, so in and out. In and out, in and out. So in actual fact, this glass is going in and out, in and out, in and out. Your keys are going in and out of 3D reality. That's how you are a vibrational being of light. Light, it doesn't have form. The divine masculine, divine feminine hold it in form. The forces of the north, the south, the east, and the west, above and below, holds you in 3D time and space. Isn't that cool? So you're a magnificent creation of all of the forces that are utilized to have 3D, okay? And for you to come here is an absolute miracle. Okay, absolute miracle. You are incredible beings of light. Okay, so don't let anyone steal from you. That you got to fight for your rights. That's nonsense. Like, I mean, I am is enough. Okay, I am Binta. I am Elizabeth. I am Ruth. Okay, that is enough. There's no creating anything here, no fighting for anything. It's enough. Yes, glasses do the same thing. Absolutely. Have a sip of water, everyone. Cheers to us for showing up in our reality. Isn't that cool? All right, so let's look at this glass. Okay, now this is a demonstration. There was a demonstration. Christopher Columbus, the Spaniards and that came to the Americas, okay, and they could only see the golden helmets coming in. Why? Because they'd never been taught of a tall ship. They didn't know what it was. Okay, so all of these stories have relevance to our past history. They could only see them as gods coming in, and they actually received them, and it was detrimental to their health because they were slaughtered. Okay, so these things happen because we only know what we've been trained to see, which is exciting when you think about it. Is that what? There's more things to train to see, or is there more ability to open our eyes and see more, receive more, take on the greater? No, you see, we've formed these images of ourselves and characteristics, personalities. I am this. Well, no, you're so much more. Okay, I'm not just Mrs. This or Mr. That, and I'm not just a father and whatever. I am so much more. I'm a creator. These are just vibrational stories that we've added to ourselves. Quantum law says that you can be, as a creator, whatever it is that you want to create. And imagine, and this is why in the law of acquisition, we say, you know, look at where you're getting your stuff from, because in actual fact, you can whiz it up from the universe. And I don't like the word universe. How about we say quantum field, whiz up whatever it is that you want. Okay, because people who are still relying on the universe are still in this position. It's like, please, universe, help me. Why isn't the universe helping me? Okay, please, God. And I'm praying and praying and praying and praying. And this is where people are, okay? And then what they do is, because they're still in this position of being back to front and upside down, they are projecting more separation. You're a quantum creator. If you project more separation, what are you going to get more of? Okay, you have to get more separation. And I tell you, I've been separated from that source. I know what it's like. And that's what they call the dark night of the soul. It gets so bad until you have to turn around. You have to come into alignment. You have to come into connection. And so this is what we do with the Diamond Matrix Masters School of Self-Mastery, which is the Quantum Living with Full Body Wellness. We turn you around. We teach you how the system works and turn you around. Oh my God, I tell you what, initiating into your soul sovereign self is just incredible. Okay. I do not need, and people can't question me anymore. I get it from my own self. It's like I'm not going out to somebody else for my information. I'm totally getting it from here, and I trust it. You can't make mistakes. You start to show up for your own toilet roll. Okay. All right. Fun, fun, fun. Hey, guess what, Tony? I've got a graphic artist doing me a picture of my toilet roll put on a t-shirt. It's on its way. Okay, by the way, we have a diamond merchandise shop as well. So go and have a look at diamondmatrixmasters.net, get into the merch side of it, because every quantum law that we teach or quantum principle is on a cup or a t-shirt, and we're just getting better at it. So I'm having a bit of fun exploring this whole world of graphic art. Okay. And we want it to be fun. Quantum law is fun. Your divine inner child, okay, so you've got this triune being, divine masculine, divine feminine, divine inner child, okay, or divine feminine, divine masculine, divine inner child. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think, therefore, The divine masculine, I think divine feminine, divine masculine goes, so be it, doing power, whatever you want, sweetie. Okay, and then the divine masculine and the divine inner child goes, I will pixelate it. Whew, and suddenly you're in that deja vu moment of living the reality of what you projected. So you're either going to be living what you have already projected from the soul sovereign you, or you're actually living what you're projecting as a creator you, including your little pointy you. Okay, the fourth part of the set, okay, which is, of course, 1. I am my total address. Oh my God. I am my total address. Okay, your soul is a reality that I can promise you that none of you have fully comprehended yet, including myself, because that is what is coming. When we are up here, man, it's going to be like being lit up permanently. I've had high dimensional beings come and visit me, and my light body's been blown open for days. Okay, imagine living that permanently. That's what's coming to you, your soul lit up. So what is it? Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. That's what's going on right now. So the I am presence is descending into the earth, where everything is being translated back into light. So duality is being scooped up and transformed back into the 5th dimension and above. Isn't that powerful? Okay, we are on the winning side because there is no side. Okay, true reality is this is just people playing out roles in the little pointy them. The greater sovereign soul that's connected to source is absolutely pure light. And this was what was written in Tara's book, and I quoted it in my book. If you haven't had a chance to have a look at it, pick up this book because it's teaching you everything that you need to know on Diamond Quantum Law. And she said, and this was a channeled message, yes, thank you. Oh, look at you, beautiful peoples. Yeah, flash in my book, thank you. So she said, light is the darkest place within you. Listen to that statement. So light is the darkest place within you. Okay? When it says, you know, that which is hidden will be revealed. It was never talking about sin and darkness and separation. It's talking about the light of the Christos within you. Okay, so we've been so taught back to front. Okay? It's so important to understand who we are from a soul sovereign perspective. And again, translating that into human ability and human law constructs are not, that's what's falling apart in the world. It's like we've got all these strangeness going on. Well, it's got to collapse. It's like, I don't know, it's becoming porous. It's falling apart. It's not holding together in form. Okay, and that's what's being repixelated and sent to the 5th dimension and above. We are taking back the false creations within our plane, because they've actually been, we all have been misusing our board of directors. Okay, when we get angry, when we're frustrated, when we're projecting a false concept of the divine feminine, divine masculine, when we misuse the immaculate within us, the opulence is not projected. And so we've projected so much ugliness. It's so sad, you know, like Christianity has been like preaching hell for 2,000 years. All right. It's so sad. We've been projecting some ugly stuff for a long time. So we're taking our earth back. Okay. We're taking it back. We're going, no, not doing that anymore. And how do we do that? Self-governance, soul governance. You're in charge. You. It's rightfully yours. Isn't that beautiful? So I want you to then think about, okay, well, what is this to me personally? Well, one, you're a creator. What is this to my children? I need to tell them that they're creators. Okay, please. All right. No, they're not children with autism. Don't tell them that. Okay, no matter what has happened, let's manage it from a creator perspective, quantum law says, be whole. The masters taught, be whole. You do not project as a creator in a lack mode. You do not see the lack. Okay, if you're projecting lack onto your quantum field, you are projecting something that is a curse. Okay, that is really important. Okay, and we need to understand the game, which is a whole part of my training in the quantum school. When you know what we're doing, these are where challenging behaviors, mental health, service constructs, people being dependent on services instead of being dependent on their own creatorship and their own soul, sovereign source. And so our job is to bring them back into their own alignment with their greater them. It's so much better. And when you're creating out of, business, okay, let's look at business. If you don't understand quantum law, I'll tell you what you're doing. You're actually creating your business from your little will. Okay, you need to show up. Okay, you need to work 24 hours a day around the clock. You need to be pushing. Okay, and by quantum law, you're actually creating a law, excuse me, a law of acquisition that says this is how I receive. Now listen, did you get that? Okay, so if you're saying I have to use my little will and my physical, emotional, mental bodies under the pump, okay, and I've got to do it over and over and over every day, show up, I've got to have things in place like endurance, okay, human qualities, which have been magnificent in the past, but you can die of it, okay, it'll take you out in a box. If you do it for long enough, okay, your physical body, like anything else, breaks down, okay, can't cope with just human will. However, if that human will aligns with the sovereign will and you get an idea, the divine masculine goes, so be it. Your divine inner child goes, ooh, let's bring that in. By the law of acquisition, you can have whatever it is that you want. Okay, so you've got two ways of doing things. Most of us have been doing it the hard way, okay, through not being in alignment. Okay, when you're in alignment, you are projecting. In fact, you're not even projecting. Do you know you think it comes as a thought and image, a vibrational absolute I talk about in our law of acquisition. It comes to you as a vision, a dream. You get the way to do it. The strategy comes in. And then it comes along the way it was meant to do. That's why I say, people go, what are you going to do? And I go, I have no idea, because I really don't. It hasn't come to me yet. And you know what the little will says? I want to know. You've got to have a strategy. I want you to map it. Okay. Write down your goals. Okay. I like this. All right. And that is a way, absolutely, that the little pointy you can achieve through using human will, okay, to make something happen so that you actually show up at those times that you have created an intention around. Now, can you see how there's smart and smarter? Okay, so human laws in the little pointy me saying, construct this is getting a 3% creation or a 33% creation. Doing it through understanding quantum law and alignment to your soul sovereign source gives you the 333%. I gave you that number instead of 100% because I love 333%. 333 is the master's number, the ascension number of a creator. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, are you finding it good? Do you want anyone have a question at all? Okay.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay, so this is a very important conversation. I'm so glad we're having it.
Excellent.
So I've been in Noble Goldman about 6 months, and to be honest, I've really struggled to create goals. it just doesn't resonate with me. It just
you're right.
doesn't. And I have this magical life, even though I don't have a lot of goals. It just like, for
Yeah.
example, just let me share for a little bit if I could. So I lead these master classes, Fall in Love with You, now Dear Food, transforming our relationship with food. And if you told me 4 months ago I was going to be doing that, I would have said, you got to be kidding. I'm a leadership professor. I'm going to be talking about leadership, right? And now those classes are the joy of my life. They're exhilarating. And I think about them no matter what I'm doing. And I get these downloads of wisdom for these classes. And they're always like, I don't know what you want to say, powerful, for sake of a better word. So when you said, I want to go back to what I heard you say, we're getting what we're putting out, even if we're not intentional about what we're putting out. So we may as well, you didn't, these words are my words, not yours. We may as well be intentional about what we're putting out on that quantum lake field.
Yes.
So help me here, because yeah, please, thank you.
Look, everything that you just said, I mean, you're actually creating, aren't you? And the joy comes through, and you're actually channeling through alignment what you're meant to be doing. Okay, so what we've got, and that's in our midst as well, okay, is that we've still got leadership that's old leadership, okay, the old model of leadership. Okay, not a problem. Those people are beautiful, and oh my God, they do bring us up to speed in some areas that we need it, you know. However, from an optimum quantum law level, okay, you want to do it from soul sovereign's perspective. And your soul sovereign perspective is what you're downloading and bringing you joy in. Okay. Why? It's very functional at the moment. This changeover is to change humanity out of its old ways. So it's really important what you're doing. I'm not dissing I'm not dissing the old way, but you have to understand that there are two wills: the greater me, the soul sovereign me, okay, which has no issue. And if you come to my quantum law, law of acquisition, hey, ladies who are doing it, is completely different paradigm to having to create through the old ways that leadership has been taught. Okay, someone I was talking to is like, do you want your leadership team to learn goal orientation? Would you like them to learn quantum law? Because you'll actually have opulence come from quantum law understandings, because alignment is everything. So what you're doing is follow your heart, okay? And this is what we say, follow your heart. Well, your heart is actually in soul sovereign alignment. When you're in that, you're a creator and you think, and so it happens. And we're coming now into 0 point quantum. Well, we're in it, we've hit it, all right? So, but you can tap into it and do it the old way, and you'll keep plodding along as a little human will creator. So the little pointy you in separation from its source. Okay, so there's not too many of the new leadership quite through yet. Okay, they haven't actually initiated into their diamond energetic systems. So this is a new thing. And that's why it is so important to read this book, because this book has the difference. It has the difference in the human law constructs, because if you're using these law constructs, these new ones in your business, you will send it out of the ballpark. Okay, it has to happen.
Ruth, can I ask a related question? So here's,
yes.
I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
Oh, darling, cry. It's good for us. We'll join you.
So my experience is I leave a lot of these calls, specifically the leaders calls, and get 10 people by August and 12 people, those calls feeling so inadequate and like I don't belong, because I can't do it. I can't. It's like I'm allergic to that model, and it makes me sad. That's why I'm crying. It makes me sad. And yet I think you're saying don't be sad necessarily, that my way is just a different way.
Okay, so your way is a beautiful way, and you can have whatever way. So if you can imagine, everyone is a creator. Okay. Now, Noble Goldman, okay, let me explain this to you, because you need to honor yourself within it, which is what I'm going to do next, what I feel to do, what I feel to be a part of and whatnot. So I'm not talking about better, because there's no better. There's no superiority. There's no one above the other. However, so what we've got is that this system has been built out of love of a programmer's creator's mind. So he's a creator, he's a soul sovereign being as a creator. Magnificent. Why is he magnificent? Because he thinks bigger than I can. Okay, I'm just a disability trainer. I think in tens, maybe. Okay. That's why things are built in 10, get 10 by this and 10 by that, because I think that's small. Mark, however, thinks in squillions, like I said in the talk. He thinks big. So he's a big-minded creator, okay? So he was born with a big mind, okay, a big vision, okay? And then he's broken it down into bite-sized pieces for those that actually need the bite-sized pieces. And some of us absolutely do, okay? All right? And I love it, because I need some of those bite-sized pieces too. Or I'm just going to do it through my soul sovereign self, okay? So we get to choose, because Mark has created so much. It's like, I can have a nibble on this, and I can do a bit of that, and I can do that this week. And it's all according to my own soul's flexibility. I will come in because I'm guided to. What did I do the other day? It was just so ridiculously easy. I went to the shop, picked up something. Oh, and there's my, hair dye. And I go, oh, you beauty, because I hadn't seen it for a few weeks. But I just get up, go, and you receive. Is like so easy. And this is the same with business. When you're in quantum sovereign connection, in alignment, okay, you are absolutely getting the information. It's sort of like, here, I'm in my clunky body. 3D is so clunky. It's like, oh my God. Okay, even a photocopier has to push 5 buttons to get a piece of paper out of it. That's clunky technology. Why is that annoying to us? Because we are highly intelligent galactic beings, okay, that actually know all of this stuff. So we don't have to worry about it. We just got to remember how incredible we are, that we can actually do things at what? In alignment, in split seconds, at the speed of thought. That's what we're usually engaged in, speed of thought. So if you're not meant to be part of something that's a little clunky, okay, and it doesn't feel right to you, then that is your decision. It's like, it doesn't feel right. I'm not meant to be doing that. I'm meant to be doing something else. You see, if you're doing something that you're not meant to be doing, it takes you out of your time and space. Your physical body and attention should be elsewhere. Okay? And that's what's making you emotionally disturbed, because you're actually separated from your greater you. And your greater you is saying, hey, hey, hey. There goes that tail of Janet's. Janet's got a magic tail. So this is you honoring yourself, okay? Because you've got to remember that everyone is on their own scale of integration. Isn't that beautiful? So there some are here, some are, where are we? Okay. So it's a very personal journey, and yet the tools and resources. So there is no right or wrong, good or bad, something not working there for me, it shouldn't be working for other people. No, we are creators, and with all of these beautiful tidbits. And why? If I go to that class, okay, because I feel I need the class, I might be meant to be meeting other souls. They're my integration points. It's like, oh my God, sister, I'm meant to be working with you, who shows up. It's a divine appointment. So I believe in divine appointments. So when you're actually moving and grooving, might be for a time, might be to build a relationship in some area that you're going to branch off into or become more of, that you expand. Remember, in change, there is no loss, only change. This is a Course of Miracles quantum principle. Write it down. In change, there is no loss, It's only change. Do you lose from it? Oh, did I make a mistake? No, you didn't. Okay, there is no mistakes in quantum. Isn't this gorgeous? Because in quantum, we come into the law of grace. The law of grace is unconditional love. The law of grace is there are no laws. Oh my God, that's a freeing thought, isn't it? I
Wow.
can't make a mistake. Feel it right now, Dr. Janet. So your heart chakra is soothing, feeling it soothe, just receiving the love. Actually, everyone, tune into this. Feels great. Woo, let the diamonds come in. We normally give you a filling up, don't we? So let's fill up. Oh, bringing it in. Whew. So all of us that have the diamond in our heart chakras, it's definitely penetrating our light bodies. Filling up, filling up. Okay, letting it blow open our auric field. Feeling it in your brain. It's reconfiguring, making all of your neural networks. Oh, this is the Christ consciousness within you. The Christ consciousness knows you intimately. Why? Because you are made up of it. Okay, you can't become a more perfect being. Okay, from Gaia's perspective, from the cosmos perspective, you are a magnificent being of light. And feeling that energy, that soul sovereign self, as your heart chakra is just releasing any resistance right now. It's not even working with the solar plexus or anything lower. We're just straight into the heart this morning. How beautiful is that? And what the heart chakra does, it's your purifying system. It's your recycling system on the earth. Okay? So when we say send all the negative energies or vibrational stories to the fifth dimension and above, we're sending it to the heart chakra of the galactic, the whole galactic way. I didn't say that very well, did I? So the fifth dimension is like the unconditional love dimension, which everything gets recycled to. So we utilize energy on a day-to-day basis. Okay, that gets recycled back to the fifth dimension and above. So right now the heart chakra is doing a cleansing and purification thing. And that's why people go, oh, I feel like I've got an elephant on my chest. Ever had those days? Or you feel like your heart is palpitating. Oh, all of these, or it hurts. So we're going through our heart and an energetic heart chakra opening right now, which is what my role is opening your heart. But we don't open your heart unless you're ready and that you understand quantum law. Otherwise, if you're opening up somebody's energetic heart while they're still in duality, we're going to be creating some nasty stuff. So we teach you how to energetically do it safely, teach you fully on quantum law, and then we actually do a Palladian light work of diamond reconnection, which I also impart to permanently open up your light body. Excuse me. Any questions? Ooh, Dr. Kim, do you feel better?
I don't have a question. I actually have a comment.
I do. Thank you.
Fantastic to hear. Thank you. Yes, Stella?
When you were talking about the heart and the creator, all I was getting at that point was just growth and development and learning that all of this, when we're working in our heart center, and just was the down low, it is that space of creativity and your imagination. Your heart, the inner working of your heart is your imagination. The only way you're going to create is by getting to that inner space and that inner child and going into when you were a little girl or a little boy and you were sitting there and you thought about all of these wonderful things. You could have imagined yourself in a world of make-believe and it was real to you. It's exactly the same thing. And that is the power that we are working with to actually create the things in which we want in life. And when you get in that space, it's just absolute beauty because you're walking it out. And I was just like, oh my gosh, being thinking bigger in regards to the leaders and stuff. Yes, each person's imagination skills are only as big as theirs are. So no matter where you're at, it's perfectly fine. No matter if it is gargantuous or if it is smaller, who you are is always perfect
Yeah,
in that
Abraham
space.
Hicks
So
says
that was my contribution.
that's perfect. That's perfect. I mean, Abraham Hicks always says a penny or a castle. So how big do you want to imagine? But it's the same stuff. So I teach on a little bit different. The quantum law, to understand the law of acquisition, you can have whatever your heart desires. But most people, you see, this is why I went into it, because people would make these statements, you know, just be the child or whatever. And then some people actually live out of their divine inner child and without the wisdom of the goddess or the divine masculine with the doing. So it's like you have to have the balance of the triune being. And so a lot of people don't know that. So it's good to have imagination, but it can actually be an unbalanced imagination, okay? Because of our own concepts of that. And so then people actually still have problems with respect and trust issues and things like that, because it seems to be too much the child. So better to be fully aligned with your divine masculine, divine feminine, divine inner child. That's Father, Mother, God, and the divine inner child who is the experiencer with you in the adventure. Okay, so when you actually meet up, like I say, to those divine appointments, okay, you go, oh my God, well, it was already in your escrow. It's already been built into you to meet up on your path with these things. So you've got, this is the glorious part about, there's some stuff that you just don't have to do, okay, because it's already done. It's just going to show up. And if you want, you can actually bring it back up into, you know, you can make it as much fun as you want, you know. Yazzie, what did you just say then?
I just been loving the class because it's all like Darla mentioned imagination, and you mentioned earlier on about my million different, like my different dimensions, and that's what my book was what is called, different dimensions. As I go to them all the time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty amazing. I've been enjoying Yasmin's stories from what she's up to. But yeah, so balance, yeah, I was unbalanced, you said, still am sometimes. We all are, okay? We're coming in and out of alignment. Most people don't understand what alignment is. So that's why I teach the basics. You fill up. That's what it is. It's an infilling. And guess what? You have it in a holy instant. Whoa, snap it on. Snap it on. You do not have to do hours of meditation. I teach you things in the book like the Ruthie Walk. When you actually understand it, you'll have alignment in a holy instant. What is a holy instant? A holy instant is the power of now. Deepak Chopra, I think it was him, I keep not sure, said that memory that is devoid of the past nor anticipating the future is right here, right now. And that's what you're creating. Otherwise, if you're thinking about memories, if you're remembering your pain stories, all you're doing is wasting your time. Okay, that's just habitual rehashing of a story. Okay, and this is where when you become a conscious creator, you become more intelligently engaged. I'm not insulting anyone because I was quite unintelligent in my engagement, which means I had to become aligned. I had to do this. And, you know, we just haven't been taught. So in a holy instant, okay, if you want the replay, let me know, because the holy instant is your foundational thing. If you know that you can be whole in a holy instant, you can have healing, you can have wholeness, you can project healing, you can project wholeness. You will have a mighty and immense power of the Holy Christ itself, the Buddhi intellect, whatever you want to call source within it, will come and bring through that vibrational matrix of truth, the true original form of creation. See what the little will does? The little will perpetuates strange creations, miscreations, mixing it up, you know, on other people's toilet rolls, and we get all confused about stuff. No. Okay, when we're actually in alignment, we actually have clarity, we have visions, dreams, our internal workings are showing us how to live. And you just don't question anything. It becomes really simple to live. But you can do that, and you can have alignment in a holy instant. Okay, so there's no being on our knees anymore, praying to something outside ourselves. Okay, we're already one with source, and we can direct from that place, that spark from 0 point quantum. So 0 point quantum is as I think, so it is. How quickly do you want to receive? Yes, Binta.
Can I say something? I want to say, first of all, Ruth, I love these kind of classes. It just fills my heart with so much joy and love. Yes. I come from a culture where I'm from Gambia, West Africa, and I was loved. Don't get me wrong, my parents loved me, everybody loved me, but there's always cultural conditioning and that people suffer from. And all this time, all my life, I thought I was separate. And talking about praying, like praying 5 times a day, praying whatever, you know, praying to God who's looking at you up there, taking notes, what are you doing today? And so that is the kind of culture I grew up in. So that happened all my life until I came here, and until a couple of years ago when I went to, I discovered yoga. And I was doing yoga, and all of a sudden I began to connect with myself and talk about alignment. I didn't even know what alignment was before.
Yeah.
But the more I did yoga, nobody told me. Yoga, they don't tell you what, you discover it for yourself. And that's when I decided to notice that I'm not separate. I'm loved no matter what. And so it's like a ton of weight was like lifted away from me. And that is the message that I want to share with people. I tell my family members, but they don't get it. You know, when I tell them, they feel like, some of them think I'm talking against God. No, it's not that. I'm just trying to relieve them from the suffering, because I see how so many people in the world suffer because they think they're separate from the divine, but they're not. So I just love this type of classes, and so that's what
I love you, Binta. Okay, and this is why I wrote the book. See, I grew up in Christianity, which absolutely devastated my soul, okay, because I was taught that I had to give my heart to Jesus every Sunday, basically. It was like I never had the courage. I was such a shy little child, I couldn't go and do it. So I lived this imprinted life and a nightmare. And these people in this system of religion are living nightmares. Thank you, Binta. It's actually really nice to have you say what you said, because people go, what are you talking about? A lot of it, some people haven't, but many millions actually have. And it takes a lot to come out of the institution and into source. I remember realizing that, oh, well, I can meet with God all the time. I actually don't have to go to church to meet with that, because he's 24/7 in me.
Exactly.
I said he then, but I actually didn't have that information then. And it was like, wow, I could go to hell for this. Anyway, no, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. Nothing can separate us from the love. Isn't that beautiful?
Thank you so much.
No, come back. Okay, that's who we talk to. And please get the book. Have you ordered it as yet? Okay. It's Diamond Matrix Masters Self-Mastery Level 1. You can find it on Amazon and all the bookstores, but this is one of the most powerful books. Thanks. Was that my one? Janet's got it. Everyone's got a copy that here. We're going to have to start a book club, I think. Did you print it out, Janet? Looks like a printed out version. Wow. Okay. We're gonna
No, I didn't. I grabbed the wrong one. This is the other one that I'm reading along with yours.
Put that away. It's not copying my calls. Oh dear. So yes, I wrote this book out of the same passions that you will identify with for sure. Okay. And I think it will help you to map it in your dialogue and how you're talking to friends and family if it comes down to it. But you're right, there's still such a great gap. And, you know, this is our turning point in coming into unconditional love, which is the opening of the heart. And when I was in the church, I was actually getting messages, open the heart, open the heart. It was like 30 years ago. And I'm going, what is the heart? How do I open? I didn't even know any of the, you know, chakras and things like that. I had to come out and I was told to come into rest. So the story is actually quite fascinating on how I came out and how it's happened. It's been an absolute initiation process, you know. So it's just growing and growing. So it's pretty cool. But all of those spaces in between, of course, was being, you know, really searching for truth, bringing those answers and solutions through. Oh, thanks. Is that my link, Maud? Okay. Thank you very much. I love you guys that can just pump out links and things for me. Okay, so we're coming up to time, right on time. Did you enjoy that? Everyone got something out of it? Joe, how are you going? Really good to see you, my brother. And Maud, welcome. It's good to see you. Lisa, I know that you're doing well. Lisa, I just wanted to say thank you for all the work that you're doing, that you're actually going and doing all of those posters and things for us. I so appreciate it. I know we all do. Thank you.
You are welcome. Well, it's getting a little bit challenging. I spent several hours yesterday updating everything. Got up this morning and there were 4 new classes this morning overnight, and it was like
yeah. So I'm hoping that we're getting this system worked out pretty quick, because we do need to do it with everyone coming on board. All right.
It'll come.
Funky I'm just reading your thing, Lisa. Funky Vicar. Oh, it sounds superb.
He used to drive a Triumph Stag soft top, which was unheard of for Vickers.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool. It's no wonder you are who you are.
Miss Ruthie, sorry, Lisa.
Carry on.
What I wanted to say just now is in regards to healing, I took a huge plunge in believing in the diamond healing. I had last month some major health issues, put me in the hospital twice. They were telling me I needed a stent. They told me that every test that they did put me in a cardiologist's office because I needed to have all of these things run so that they can see exactly where things are and what they were going to do. I want you to understand the power that really goes behind belief in what we do, because I literally just walked through being told that I didn't have much time left to being told that there's not a single thing wrong with my heart. So there's real, actual healing. There is, I just took it on faith. Okay, I'm believing for this healing. I'm believing in the fact that we have the power, that if everyone comes together and is like-minded in believing with me, that this can just be squashed, that this can just wash away. I've just gotten the results back of my echocardiogram, and then yesterday they want me to come in because they want to discuss whether or not I need a different test, because my stress test came back perfectly normal, and that was not supposed to happen. So I'm going in to be seeing the doctor soon to find out I don't need them anymore.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's magnificent. The translation of diamond energy. You know, this is the problem with myself, is that I'm talking, it's so linear, and it's like, if you do it with this, this, and this. That diamond energy, what it does is it collapses all false vibration, all false and miscreations, all false stories that our beliefs and values have cast out into the waters, cast out onto the quantum field. So whatever it is, then you apply diamond energy, the Holy Christ itself, your I am presence, the greater you, okay, and it must obliterate it. So diamond, I've seen it, okay, when you apply diamond, it goes instant. It just crashes, smashes through everything. It atomizes the false creation. It absolutely flatlines it. And it doesn't matter whether souls have been bound to the earth, they go home. If, you know, whatever it is, if it's in the cellular body, it remembers itself because it connects straight into the original 13D strand DNA. It has to bring whatever it is into perfection. And there's something within the diamond called the soul fire, Holy Spirit, something like that. But the soul fire burns the dross. It burns the false story creations so that what happens is you come into complete harmony. Harmony harmonizes the resistance within the false creation, flatlines it so that you come into perfect and pure alignment on every subject that you want to cast its attention on. Isn't that cool? That's why we're taught to be light, be a beacon of light. That's why we set up light bodies, your light body. We bring you back together. We defrag all your stuff out, cleanse it out, set it up. Dr. Janet's had hers done recently. It's like, my God, you're standing in solid foundational form that you can actually be strong, powerful, and project as a master out of. See the difference? Okay, we're going to project healing on your child who's feeling unwell, projecting healing on your child who used to suffer from autism, but we can actually do a heart rhythm reset on and bring them into and remove the trauma from their vibrational system. We do so many things at so many different levels. We heal you of schizophrenia. Okay, do you know someone with schizophrenia? Okay, diamond energy, I'll show you how to do a brain chemistry rebalance. We reset the pineal gland. Okay, mental health, PTSD, all of this is shut down, healed, balanced as the chemical brain is brought back into full function. Okay, so the diamond energy is the pure remembrance of its own self as the living essence. It's a living force. So glad you brought that up, Darla. Thank you, because let's finish off in complete power as to what we have when we connect into this. You want to create a business? Use it, okay? Bring it on, project into it, bring whatever you want to your quantum field, bring it, okay? And then when you bring it for yourself, you'll bring it for others. You'll be a creator yourself, and then you'll be creating for others. That is true service. So service is not laying down as a doormat, okay, for other people in community to traipse on you, use up your energies, using the little pointy use will instead of the total you. It is projecting from source, okay, source energy. Dr. Kim, you've got your hand up. Would you like to pop in?
Yeah, I just wanted to echo what you said, Ruth, about divine appointments. You actually gave me, you know, I may come to a mastermind or a masterclass thinking I'm going for the topic. And yet, just as you said, I may be going for a divine connection.
Yes.
And I want to just acknowledge Lisa Bowen for a second, because I met her last fall in a class talking about projects. And yet connecting with Lisa really was a transformational experience for me. And I'm still, the gift keeps on giving. So thank you, Lisa, and thank you for that reminder about divine appointments.
I love percolating it with the alchemy. Okay, it's a beautiful thing, beautiful thing. And yeah, don't put yourself or anything in boxes. And this is why at the base of everything is have no judgments nor opinions on anything. Okay, I haven't taught you the game yet. It's magnificent, okay, for all of those that have learned it. No judgments or opinions, and think, wow, how can I live without a judgment or opinion on anything? Okay, seriously, get rid of judgments and opinions. We've got enough of it in this world. Okay, we only want alignment. Tony, go. Welcome, sister. Are you going to speak? Tony, you had your hand up.
No, I'm just enjoying it all. You know me. I'm getting ready for our mastermind, you know. And
oh,
so,
very good.
right. So 1:30, the Mojo Mastermind. But I want to acknowledge Dr. Kim for being here and for being part of this journey. I know this is a new adventure for her. So I'm super excited for her to be here because I know she's in complete alignment with this, because she definitely is a diamond for sure. And as all of you are. And of course, to a huge shout out to Lisa Bowen. OMG, the amount of hours this woman has put into getting our schedule together. We are exploding in the vault. And I mean exploding in the vault. And you haven't even seen what's coming yet. We've got people knocking on the door that are going to blow your mind. You are already blowing my mind, but we have more people coming in here that are going to blow your mind. This is not going to be a difficult thing to share. The value that is inside here, you soul humanitarians, your incredible wisdom is, it just, there's no words. I mean, it truly is about collaboration. When we collaborate like this, we are all thriving in all areas of our life. And this is what this new 5D is all about. No more competition. We're done. That's old. That's all just false programming and garbage. We're done. Bye-bye. See you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tony. God, I love you, sister. Oh my God, this is another woman who just works tirelessly on our behalf. She is what we were talking about yesterday, the Noble Goldman ambassador. Okay. This lady is the enzyme that gels us all together. Okay. And I just love her. And I'm going to keep promoting you as that. Okay. She tries to do the humble pie thing. There's nothing that she'd be humble about, because that is, it's a special quality that just sees the love. This platform is brought to bring us together. This platform needs every person teaching a topic that they feel to teach. It's like, as soon as you feel to teach it, put a masterclass together, put it on. Why? Because there's someone that needs to hear it. Okay, this is so important that we're actually spontaneously making these moves and doing what it is. Okay, there's no more time for feeling guilty about something, or I'm not ready. It's like, I'll tell you that you're ready, and come on, let's set up a masterclass. I'll help you do it. And we will, because we've got a, by the way, just for those that do need to know, we've got a presenters chat as well, that if you've got presenter issues and that you've got a glitch going on in your Zoom or whatever it is, we can help you out straight away. Okay, so remember that we actually do that, and that you can get in touch with us. Okay, and we've also got our members chat. We've got all this stuff going on as well, and that's evolving and changing. There will be improvements. We live within continuous improvement. It's my favorite thing. You know, people go, oh, it's changing again. Yes, it is. It's called morphing. We are morphing into new realities of existence. Okay, and as it gets bigger and bolder and brighter, okay, we're going to be a part of having just people flowing in, you know, and joining us. So it's just a perfect vision. It can only get better. I don't know how it can get better, except that it's going to become bigger, because it's already the best that it can be. The format is incredible. So, you know, I just am so grateful for this platform, so grateful to Mark and to Malek Amir for creating the Quantum Elite community, and all communities that are coming on, because we need you. There's 7 billion people on this planet, okay? And there's more coming in. I'm pretty sure that we produce about 300,000 a year in Ausland.
Ruth, just very quickly, I also have a mastermind on Wednesdays. I've changed the time to suit the American peeps, because the Australians have been and done it. It's been running for a little while, but that's about masterminding. It's how to set up your mastermind. It's how to deal with your Zoom stuff, any presentation stuff. Yeah, that's on a Wednesday. You'll find that in there.
Right.
Something.
So
It's not-
as long as it's
not
got a
a-
good description, I mean, we need to put it out because we need people to cover all these things. And so grateful to you and Tony and that for covering these trainings that we need people in on, because we do want to make it functional. So thank
Yeah.
you for that. That is just a bonus to all of us. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. It's been there for a little while.
Yeah. So everybody who's presenting, make sure that you put up a post on the hour that it's going to happen, so that we've got a post in Quantum Elite community if you're part of that community, and Noble Goldman, so that we can actually share it out. I like doing the Quantum Elite first because it shares, whereas I share it then to Noble Goldman, and then I can share it elsewhere from the Quantum Elite community because it's got a share button. I don't think that Noble Goldman has a share
No,
capacity.
it's a private group, so you can't share anything that goes into a private group.
Yeah.
But can I just say, I'll continue to put the posts up, but like I said, it's getting really hard to keep on top of everything now because there's no real system in place. So when I post, please go and check that what I've got is right for you. And if it's not, then just take a screenshot and put the correct one in for people.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, every now and again, I remember to say, please check what's in the vault for up-to-date details, because I can't go in and check every day. There's just too much to
and
do.
that's by the way, and there's an element that we have to be self-responsible. We're building our own
Yeah.
businesses, we're going to our own classes, so we need to go into Noble Goldman onto the website and do it properly, put it into your favorites, put it where you want to, but really important. But you know what, Lisa, once you've got these, you can actually just have them as set posts, and then they get popped back up for the next week.
People are changing them too quickly, Ruth. They're changing the times, they're pulling them out, and I don't get to know about it. So it's only when I go into the vault and I have to go through every single one. And as you know, they're not in date order, they're not in any particular order.
Yeah.
So it's a real.
It might be something we also need to talk to the presenters about it. And if anyone's listening to the replay, it's really good if you can pick a time and sit with it. We understand that, you can get used, you can find better time slots for yourself and your audience. Yeah. But at the same time, it does make it difficult for people organizing.
Yeah. Well, I have created a Google Calendar, which hopefully I've just been waiting for permission to send it out live to everybody. But what it will need is somebody from each community as the team leader to keep that calendar up to date for your community, for your people, because there's too many, I can't do it all myself. It needs to be team leader responsibility or community leader responsibility.
Yes, and that is the responsibility of the people that come in under you, that you're actually passing on this information. That it's a bit hard, these Google calendars, because what it'll do is it'll end up blocking out my stuff. So my own
Bruce, you don't. You just have your settings. Yeah. So it'll add as an extra calendar, because I looked at mine and there's no time in mine at all because I've got everybody's stuff. But because it's a separate calendar, you can have it show up on its own, or you can have it show up in your calendar. But when you have your online booking link, you register that to your calendar. Right. So it will only pick up the blocks that are in your calendar, not what's in the other one.
See, you're doing a heap of admin, aren't you? It's like admin for Noble Goldman in actual fact. So I appreciate you doing all of that work.
Yeah, that's all right. It needs to be done. So we're just trying to get the support email sorted so it comes to me, which it's not at the moment. So hopefully we'll get that. I'm going to speak to Mark tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get that. We'll get that done.
Fantastic.
But yeah, just if you're in a team, then please talk to them. If you're not in a team, or you don't have an active leader, please reach out to me and I will add you to the calendar, and you can be responsible for your own stuff.
Fantastic. Okay, any other questions?
I have a question for Lisa. What time, US time, is your class on Wednesday?
I have no idea what time it is US. It's 6.
Okay.
It's in the evening, Elizabeth. It's in the evening, my time, and I'm 6 hours ahead of EST, 9 hours ahead of PST. So it's during the day. It's sort of morning, afternoon for you guys, lunchtime. depending on where you are. But yeah, just go in and have a look. It's in the public one. And
I'll
then,
figure it out.
It should be in your my sponsors, or no, it should be in your public one if you're a leader.
Okay.
But yeah,
Right.
if you can't find it, let me know. It's been in there for a little while, so it should be. I'll have to go and double check. Honestly, I've
Oh,
been in
you
so
know what?
many times.
That's not your issue. I'll figure it out. I thought that you had adapted the time to US as well, but I'll do all of that grunt work. You're doing enough.
No, I work on GMT because that's the closest to me. It's 2 hours behind
Okay.
me. So
Mhm.
I work on, whether that's London or that's UK, and it's not giving you the right time. So
Can
please
you just
put
repeat that
GMT.
again?
Yeah. Okay. So for any of the masterclasses that are in GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, okay, that is not the UK time at the moment. The UK is in BST, British Summer Time, which is an hour ahead. So when you're Googling, when you're doing your check on your time zone translator, do not put in London or UK, put in GMT or UTC. Either of them will bring you up. Okay.
At one point, Tony's gone right now, but we actually were making an agreement between the Quantum Elite community that we're going to just put everything in EST time. I tell you what, makes it a whole lot easier, even if we are in other time continents, because everyone just reads it the same.
Yeah. Well, when we got the Google Calendar, it will convert it to your own personal time.
Yeah, that's the good part. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so
you
I'm
so much.
just going to turn the recording off. Thank you, everyone, for today. Wonderful session. I hope you got a lot out of it. And remember, you're quantum creators. So create, just like Lisa is right now with our Google Calendar. Thank God you're doing that. We do it when we're inspired.
Thank